Maybe JD. Ruby Ann and me have done pretty much everything together since we were like 6 years old, since our first day of school when we both found ourselves deserted, bawling at the classroom window. So I pretty much knew that when Ruby Ann didn't get into hairdressing school, I wasn't going to get in either. But she had a job working for her uncle already lined up, and I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. It wasn't that I'd assumed we would get in, or that either of us deserved to get in, but when the announcements were made, I was annoyed. I told myself that until it was official, I'd push everything into the future, where it was meaningless, and cruise. And now it was official, and here it all was, the future, heavy in my lap, while I sat there staring at the television, with my dad saying, "How much were you expecting to learn, studying with your eyes shut?" And everyone on MASH seeming so educated and intelligent and employable all of a sudden. Dad let me mope for a couple of weeks. I read magazines and sunbathed in the backyard, did the shopping and took long showers. Finally, one night over dinner, he handed me a slip of paper. "What's this?" "Board. You're going to start paying me board." He wanted $30 a week. "You want me to pay to live in my own house?" Sorry, whose house? I yelled and stomped and did all the things he expected me to, but he still wanted the $30. In the end, I was tired of shouting and sick of every bloody thing in the whole stinking bloody world. "Fine," I told him, and went to bed. So then I started looking for a goddamn job. I looked in newspapers and on notice boards and knocked on doors. It didn't take long to find something. A homeopathy research institute in the city wanted a junior office girl and were offering $5.50 an hour. I borrowed a skirt suit from Ruby Ann and showed up half an hour early for the interview to find that I was the only person who had applied. The boss man called me into the conference room, a little room with a huge Jarrah table in the centre and files piled high along the walls, and asked me whether I was experienced. I was, I said. I was a very good reader and writer, could work a typewriter, even a computer if he had one of those. "Right," he said, "you're experienced, and thus the job is yours." It was that easy. Why the hell I hadn't dropped out of school and gotten a job sooner, I really didn't know. Next morning, I showed up at the office of Keats Homeopathy Research Centre and stood at the front door for a minute, wondering if I should knock. I wasn't sure if you were supposed to knock on the first day of your new job or not. God damn it, I thought, and I lit a cigarette. I sat on the front steps, smoked a little bit of it, and did some maths. $30 a week was $120 a month, but I couldn't work out what 120 times 12 was in my head, so I butted out the smoke, flicked it in the garden, and knocked on the door. The boss man, Dr. Keat, came and opened it. "You don't have to knock," he said, "you just come on in." So that mystery was solved. "This is where you will be required to sit," he said. There was a wooden desk that faced the foyer. The front of it was so high that you couldn't see the typewriter or telephone or little intercom system that sat behind it. If someone arrives for an appointment, you will notify the person with whom they are to meet. When the telephone rings, please answer it. The name is Keats and not Keats's. The scholars will bring you papers to type as required. You will be paid every second Friday. So here was me, sweet 17, with my very own job and boss. I wanted to thank him for the opportunity.